Costume World started about 34 years ago with 5 Santa Claus suits in South Florida. My sister and I made the first 2 Santa Claus suits. We made them, it was like a sewing project at home. So I've been here since its inception, and it's grown over the years to be the largest holder of theatrical wardrobe in the country. And we have over 40 Broadway wardrobes, original Broadway wardrobes, and we rent those to the public and to theaters, high schools, all over the country. When we came to Austin, we were really conscious of finding a space that was big enough that our clothes would be showcased as well as our customers. We've collected all of these amazing, very diversified wardrobes, so we're able to provide all these different genres and ideas, and you just tell us what direction you want to go.
We have biblical costumes, we have Greek and Roman costumes, we have a really wide variety of colonial period, 18th century clothes. We have Victorian era, Edwardian era, we have the Elizabethan era. We have a huge collection of hats, period hats, that anything you can imagine. We also have 3 other locations and then a 40,000 square foot warehouse in Florida that's our museum that we can pull from if there's anything anybody's looking for, we've got it.
We alter all of your costumes to fit, including the retail costume. So if you come in and it's something in a bag and you try it on and it doesn't fit just right, we'll make it fit you, and it's at no charge. And our staff they're all designers and costume people, and they know how to put all that together. They know how to make the little dress that you have at home, finish it out, and make it look like a costume. One of the most exciting things is to see our clients put on a costume and just absolutely light up a room. You know, we try to pull things and show you things that might really interest you, that are just your fantasy, different from anything you'd ever think of, different from your everyday life.
You just have no idea what kind of clothing you've been missing out on.
There's not every opportunity in the country to put on a beautiful period costume and transform yourself to another era. Everybody has a little side of them that maybe they don't get to fulfill every day. So at Costume World they can do that, and they can be anybody they ever dreamed of being.
I started the House of Torment Haunted House 13 years ago at my home. When I moved into my first home as a new home buyer in the South Austin community, I noticed that Halloween was in a big decline from when I was a child. At first, you know, it was just a small yard set up. So when I started doing the haunted house professionally, I knew how to build a yard haunt. I had no clue what to do to start a professional haunted house. So there's a lot of learning my first year. And fortunately enough, there was a lot of people that started to work with me that hadn't been doing it at my home, that brought a lot to the table.
When we first started, there were other haunted houses in the area, and we didn't want to fit the mold. We wanted to break the mold, so we took ideas and influences from non-traditional places and put them together, and I think really created a unique product. One of the main things that makes us unique is our control room. I think we're one of the only haunted houses in the country that has a network of infrared night vision cameras monitoring all the areas of the haunted house.
It's a room with full of infrared cameras. It keeps an eye on all the scenes in the haunted house and lets you be able to set the props off and keep security, make sure everybody stays all right in the haunt, you know, being the customer and the actors.
Another thing that makes us unique is just the scope of the attraction itself. I mean, inside of this building, the building is about 2.5 or 3 stories tall. We've built a miniature apocalyptic city. I guess I shouldn't say miniature. I mean, some of these buildings that we built are 2 or 3 stories high themselves. Just the set construction and the design and the construction capability and artistic capability of our core team really takes the idea of a haunted house and brings it to a new level. It's like walking through a movie.
I really like working at the House of Torment because it gives me the opportunity to create a piece of art and work that doesn't just hang in a museum. Actually, it comes alive and it breathes and it interacts with people, and people can see it moving in its environment. And I think that's a whole nother level for the customer.
We're one of the few haunted houses that actually has a full-time staff. We vigorously went through training through the haunt. We've had the haunt here. We've been able to vault through windows, go properly training, sliding inside the haunt. A ton of stunts going on in there, aside from our zip lines. Since then, we've been able to just practice and hone it down and start recruiting as early as May and getting actors in there solely on a volunteer basis, just to perform and to perfect our, what we call an art form here.
We have 2 attractions, House of Torment, Rise of the Abominations, and Illusion Manor, the Phantasm Curse. They're completely different, so I'll briefly explain each. When a customer walks into House of Torment Rise of the Abomination, they're immediately impacted by this apocalyptic, devastated, grimy, grungy cityscape. They're assaulted from all sides by creatures, monsters, and what we call abominations, the formations that have killed all the humans and taken over the city. And it's a very high action, high intensity, thrilling event. Illusion Manor is different. We don't even call Illusion Manor a haunted house. We call it more like a haunted adventure. The acting is very theatrical. The actors are very interactive with the customers. And the theming is different. It's kind of like if you took Haunted Mansion, Monster House, Scooby-Doo, Indiana Jones, and the Goonies and meshed it all together and then added a bunch of House of Torment artistic direction that everybody knows and loves. That's what Illusion Manor is.
You're here, you're entertained from start to finish, no matter if you're waiting in the line, you're walking through the event. I love this job. I wouldn't give it up for anything in the world. And I love the fact that I can provide a job that other people in my core team can love and be a part of, you know, for as long as they want to. And that's important to me, and that's kind of what House of Torment is in a nutshell to me.
We've been waiting for you!
Welcome to the Bazaar. We're a women-owned and family-run business that's been in Austin for 43 years. So we have a boutique and a costume store right next to each other. So our boutique sells clothing, jewelry, lingerie, and regular everyday items. And then our costume store is open year-round with wigs and costumes and professional theatrical makeup. And we're just an Austin tradition that's been around forever. We got into Halloween mainly because of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Tim Curry came in our store to buy a corset for the first anniversary of the Rocky Horror Picture Show that was going to be held at the Paramount. And my mom kind of didn't, know who he was at first, but the girls were all like, oh my God, that's Tim Curry. And so she ended up giving him his stockings and his corset, and then went to the Paramount, and watched him perform. And we kind of got into Halloween from him. When it comes to costumes, anything that you can possibly think of, we have. From storybook characters to couples costumes. And then we have all the accessories. We'll have the tights, the hose, the purses. What we based our business on over the years, and I should say this, is we based it on customer service. So we do in our costume store, when you come in, you will have somebody that can outfit you from head to toe, from shoes to the wig, and we will be here to help you. We're just not standing behind the counter waiting to check out.
There are a few things I'd like to know if I'm going to work with someone and find out how to help them the best way I can. It's what were they last year? What are their friends going to be this year? what they do want to hide and what they do want to show. And if they have a budget. Those things help me out immensely on getting them looking fabulous. I can just match your foundation and get you everyday makeup and ready for that, or I can show you how to, you know, make an open gash, you know, down your arm, show you how to put eyelashes on, make your eyebrows disappear, you know, I can show you anything you want to see. Our costume makeup, with those 4 major companies, you know, we have everything from your normal foundations and powders and eyelashes to the crazy stage blood and scar wax and liquid latex and stuff like that. This guy right here, Final Seal, this is good for like every day. Like Halloween makeup, you can just seal it, spray it on there. So these are hand-painted, one-of-a-kind leather masks from a lady in Colorado that we bought. They go around the face. This is our crazy jungle bird, tropical bird. Reminds me of the labyrinth. The company that made these Venetian masks is the same company that worked with Stanley Kubrick on Eyes Wide Shut. Same people. That's how we got our hands on the replica. This is the replica of the mask that Tom Cruise wore in the movie. There's like 120 different styles of wigs, not to count the different colors of every different style that we have. I think it's like 1,150 wigs total we have back here. But my favorite one is going to be probably this one right here. It's Jewel. It's one of the few wigs that I actually have that I will wear out. I will rock any avenue of people that are trying to do something creative. If it, you know, is something small, something big, something scary, something pretty, you know, we've got it all. We can help anybody, you know, and we do.
The Mansion of Terror has been open for 6 years, and every year we re-theme 2 haunted houses for our patrons to give them something new and fresh. We build from the ground up each year. We re-theme, and we have a heart and soul to each haunted house that differentiates us from any other haunted house in Texas. So as an example, Death Asylum, our zombie haunted house that takes place in a condemned mental hospital that's quarantined. Patrons have to make choices to literally find their way out, where there's no apparent exit to a room, or choosing multiple paths to get through the haunted house, which makes it really different and have its own heart and soul than other haunted houses. And Blood Frenzy is our serial killer haunted house, where you get to venture through the house and world of a serial killer and you get to go through kind of the bloodbath of what goes on in, like, you're a part of a horror movie, and you get to interact as taking an active part in finding your way through the Blood Frenzy haunted house. Between the two haunted houses, we really wanted a different, unique experience between each haunted house. And so in our Blood Frenzy haunted house with the serial killers and so forth, people actually get sprayed with blood in the haunted house. And so it's all washable, and we tried a little bit of that last year, and patrons really liked it and they wanted to see more of that. And I think that goes along with some of the latest horror movies out there. Now on the other side of that, going through the Death Asylum haunted house with the zombies that have taken over the quarantine mental hospital, there's no blood at all. So we wanted to give our patrons, you know, somebody who said, well, I really don't want to get any kind of blood on me or get sprayed with anything. So we send them over to this haunted house, which really has a different psychological fear to it, where you have to literally find your way out. You have to literally make choices to get out of the haunted house.
From the minute you pull up and kind of get out of your car, it's on, right? I mean, you're coming for a virtual, interactive, you know, real life experience. And that's what we give you. So the minute you get out of your car, there's people in the parking lot, maybe, you know, chasing other customers, or maybe you'll see a zombie suddenly wander by the minute you're out. And the whole idea is that you're paying us to change reality. When you come here, we want you to think you're entering a totally different space, something where anything can happen and does happen, and somewhere where you're paying us to take you to the other place. You're giving us permission to jump in your face and scare you, to chase you around in the parking lot, and to give you a really good and fun time.
I've seen the description interactive when discussing Mansion of Terror, and had no idea what they were talking about, but I totally understand what they mean now. And it was a truly interactive experience. I had no choice but to interact.
It was amazing. I was totally scared.
That was freaky. It was good though.
Yeah, I actually got splattered in the face a couple times. We've been coming for the past few years. We try to make it every year. This year was definitely new with the blood splatter. This is the first time they had that.
When you get close to the end, how they're blended in with the thing and then they come out, don't do me, that's not cute.
All of our actors, set designers, carpenters, everyone is from Round Rock, Central Texas, Austin, Cedar Park, places like that. And we want to give back to the community. And so each night, every Friday night, we have nonprofit nights at the Mansion of Terror Haunted House. And we donate a percentage of our gate that night to that nonprofit. They get to set up a booth, they recruit volunteers, they take donations, they sign people up for our mailing list.
I would say definitely come out and visit. It's an adrenaline rush, and we're expecting you.
Spirit Halloween came into existence about 25 years ago. My dad started Spirit Halloween in the San Francisco Bay Area. He started out with a couple of party stores in the Bay Area and converted those stores over to mostly Halloween when Halloween rolled around. About 10 years ago, my dad ended up selling the company to Spencer Gifts, and they helped facilitate this incredible expansion across the country and Canada, and we're now 750 stores strong. You know, we're not just an aisle in a party store. We're not a big box retailer with, 2 aisles in the corner that are Halloween. We're 10,000 feet of Halloween.
Spirit Halloween allows people to live out their wildest dreams and their ultimate fantasy. After all, this is the only time of year when you're expected to be something that you're not. Whether it's a vampire, a pirate, a neurosurgeon, or a superhero, Spirit Halloween has everything you need to be anything you want. The great thing is that we are really one of the largest retailers for props, not only just the Halloween costumes, but for the props and for all the merchandise you need for those Halloween parties. So when you want to decorate your house, especially for those big haunted houses that we find around Austin, you're going to be able to find everything you need, things that talk, things that walk, or things that light up. All of that is found right here at Spirit Halloween Superstore. We also support the Spirit of Children, which raises money for the Texas Children's Hospital. Last year, our customers helped us to raise more than $56,000 within a 60-day period. We also hold a Halloween party for the kids that are in the hospital. These are children who really want to celebrate the holiday, but they're unable to because of their illnesses. So what we're able to do is to bring that fantasy, bring those dreams into the hospital and allow those kids to live it out. We really have 2 types of customers here at Spirit. The first customer is the person who comes in knowing exactly what they want. The other type of customer that comes in really has virtually no idea what they want to be for Halloween. They might say, I want to be something funny or I want to be something scary. And again, we offer that hands-on quality customer service where we can give them ideas throughout the store of what somebody may want to be.
I'm going to be a vampire. I might be thinking maybe like a football player, something tough.
I want to be a hippie chick. Yeah.
Coming to a place like this means that I get to go and pick out exactly what I want and add accessories and make it like I want it instead of something that, my mom fixed that was almost never exactly what I wanted.
We're going as gangsters.
My costume's a little different than his and a little more blood.
We're really excited here at Spirit Halloween to bring Halloween to the city of Austin. It's a partying town, we know that. 6th Street's going to be rocking like it always does, and the folks of Austin are going to be partying. We really are looking forward to providing Halloween for all of Austin and all the partying that's going to happen this year.
Goodwill is known in the community as the Halloween headquarters, and it's no secret why. During the month of October, Goodwill is all about Halloween. Not only do we have gently used items, but we also have great brand new costumes at affordable prices. We also have wigs, props, makeup, and so much more. The best thing about buying your Halloween items at Goodwill is that you're helping to fund employment programs that help people find jobs in the community. Here are some great costume ideas so that you'll be the hit of the ball or you're out trick-or-treating. Here is a football player carrying a little bumblebee. And as you can tell, one of our safety items is to wear flat shoes, since tripping and falling is one of the leading causes of injury during Halloween. We also suggest you wear reflective details. Here is our lovely diner with a beautiful purple fairy. This is Madeline. And she's twirling. The other thing she's doing is she's carrying a flashlight. So if you don't have reflective details, do bring a flashlight during the trick-or-treating hours. Our vampire has this gorgeous cape that's black and red and a hat top. You can find this at any Goodwill. And he's doing another safety tip, which is to wear makeup when possible. And if you have to wear a mask, make sure that you have large openings for your eyes, nose, and mouth. Don't forget, Halloween isn't just for kids anymore, it's for adults too.